All right. Hello and welcome everybody again. Thank you so much for pressing the play button. Today we're going to be focusing on, again, classical Pilates repertoire, moving a little bit deeper and deeper in. Today we're going to try and attempt rolling on our mats, rolling like a ball, an open leg rocker. So if you do have a really thin mat and you're on a hard surface, I would highly recommend reinforcing your mat with maybe a few towels or getting a thicker mat, maybe working out on the grass or a carpet rather than a hard solid floor, because it can dig into your bones a bit. Okay, let's get going straight into it. So we're going to start with our feet parallel, hip width distance, seated position, and I'm grabbing a hold of the back of my thigh. So just like last week, C curve is a really great way to warm up. So we're going to lengthen up through our spine, soften our shoulders down, take an inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to roll off of our sit bones, onto our sacrum, all the way down, and then slowly bring yourself all the way back up. So I'm going a little bit lower than usual, and I want to see if I can connect my lower back into the floor first, okay? So I'm going to inhale, lengthen up to my crown. I'm going to exhale, pull my belly in, so that's scooping action. Slowly come down, down, down. Try not to hike your shoulders to your ears. Think about just keeping your fingertips soft. Lower onto your lower back if you can, and then slowly come all the way back up. Inhale to lengthen. Maybe you can do it hands free. Exhale, pull your belly in, roll off of your sit bones onto your sacrum. Slowly finding lower back first into the floor if you can, and then bring yourself all the way back up. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, slowly coming down. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, slowly bring yourself back up. Try for 4 more. Inhale to lengthen. We're going to exhale, draw belly in, roll off the sit bones onto our sacrum, coming down into the lower back. Inhale to prepare here. Exhale to slowly come forward. Last 3. Try and keep your shoulders soft, and if you need breaks, take it. Otherwise, exhale, roll. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, come up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, roll. Inhale. And exhale. Last time. Inhale, lengthen. We're going to stay on our back. Exhale, roll it down. Good. And stay on your back. Well done. Hands relax alongside your body. Bend your knees up to the sky. We're going to imprint our lower back into the floor. So lower back positioning. I don't want to be pulled away from the ground like that. I want to make sure my lower back is connected into the ground. Hands relax alongside me for now. I'm going to take an inhale. I'm going to exhale, take my legs into tabletop position. Cool. From here, I'm going to grab a hold of the back of my right leg, interlocking my fingertips behind my thigh. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, curl up into flexion. And I'm going to stretch my left leg forward and pulse my right knee in twice. So it's a pulse, pulse on an exhale. Inhale to switch. And exhale, exhale. Think about your leg that's going forward, really stretching forward. Going for 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, and take it down. Well done. Hugging your knees to your body, little rock from side to side. Okay, cool. Let's try and progress that into our double leg stretch. So just like we did last week, we're going to bring our heels together, our toes apart, grab a hold of the outside of the thighs with our hands. So left hand, right hand, both grabbing onto our thighs. We're going to nod our chin towards our chest, take an inhale. As we exhale, come up into flexion, stretch your 2 legs long out in front of you. Squeeze your inner thighs together, draw your belly in. Inhale, slowly come down. Exhale, stretch it forward. Inhale down. Now you can always progress into more of a teaser shape. So nod your chin towards your chest, stretch it forward, roll up into your teaser shape, release your hands. Good. Inhale. Keep stretching your legs forward. Exhale, slowly come down, bend through the knees, lay your head down. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, nod your chin towards your chest, stretch your legs forward. You can pause there, or you can continue to roll up, finding that balance point on your tailbone. Reach your arms long, perhaps alongside your ears, and then slowly on your next exhale, roll yourself down, bend your knees, come down. Good, let's go for 2 more then. Inhale. Exhale, nod your chin to the chest, stretch it forward, squeeze inner thighs together, maybe releasing the hands, reaching them long, squeeze inner thighs, slowly roll it down, bend your knees, come home. Last time, inhale, exhale, nod your chin towards your chest, stretch your legs long, curling it up, reach your arms long, take an inhale, and exhale, roll it down. Bend your knees to your body, take a little rock from side to side. Cool. Just place your feet on the floor for a second, take your elbows into a cactus shape, and just do a few gentle windscreen wipes of your knees from side to side. Deep breaths, nice and low, into your belly, into the sides of your body. All right. Well done. Okay, so from here, we're going to stay on our back for a second. We're going to do a few little roll-ups, just as preparation to try and come into rolling like a ball. Okay, so we're going to feel a really slow feeling of moving through the spine, essentially into a wheel-like shape. So let's stretch our arms long back behind us. Take an inhale. As you exhale, try not to use momentum through your arms. Slowly bring your arms forward. Glide your shoulder blades down. Nod your chin towards your chest. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Draw your belly in. Think C curve. So here, pull your tummy in, creating that wheel-like shape through your spine. And then stretch it forward. Holding here for a second. Inhale to lengthen up to the crown of your head. Good. Inhale. As I said, exhale, draw your belly in, squeeze your inner thighs, squeeze your bum, slowly roll it down. Inhale, reach it back. So really imagine yourself becoming the human wheel, rolling yourself forward. Keep drawing your belly in, belly in, belly in, belly in. Reach, stretch. We don't collapse onto our thighs here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, roll. Inhale, reach it back. Exhale, squeeze your shoulder blades down, reach your arms forward, slowly curling up. Reach, belly in. Inhale, up. Exhale, roll it back. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, glide your shoulder blades down. Draw your belly in, slowly roll it up. Reach. Inhale, squeeze those shoulder blades down. Lengthen, exhale, roll back. Okay, last time we're going to stay in a seated position. Exhale, nod the chin to the chest. Slowly roll up. Draw your belly in and reach. Good. All right, so in that exercise that we just did, the roll up, that final position is actually one of the Pilates moves called spine stretch. So let's use that again, that idea of stretching the spine forward whilst curling the belly in. Because a lot of the time we just collapse our tummy onto our thighs. But in the Pilates repertoire, we want to try, or at least in classical, we want to try and draw our belly in, scoop our lower belly in and up, lengthen through the crown of our head. We're going to reach our arms forward, and it's almost like a diving action. I'm going to reach my arms alongside my ears. My arms are next to, my biceps are next to my ears, and I'm trying to pull my tummy in and away from my thighs as I stretch, stretch, stretch my spine forward, and then roll up. Let's do that 6 times. So it's that pulse, pulse, pulse and lengthen. We're going to inhale to lengthen up, push the ground away through your sitting bones. Exhale, draw your belly in, scoop it in, start to dive forward, arms alongside the ears. We pulse, and inhale up. Exhale, belly in, dive forward, reach, and up. 4 more, shoulder blades down. Exhale, belly in, dive forward, and 3, belly in, stretch, reach, and up. 2, and belly in, reach, and up. Last time, squeeze your bum, charge up through the legs, flex your feet, lengthen up, and belly and reach, and up. Nice. Well done. All right, so let's see if we can start to take it into rolling like a ball. The first 1 or 2, I always just find you've got to giggle. You've got to laugh at yourself until you feel the control. In an ideal world, we're not using momentum and we're not flapping our legs back and forth to get the movement. So let me show you what we want to try not to do. If you look at the angle of my knees, I don't want to flick my legs and bend my legs. Okay, that's going to create a lot of momentum. So what I want to try and do is keep myself really small. I'm trying to keep my heels towards my bum the whole time. I'm going to try and look down towards my belly, squeeze my shoulder blades down. Okay, take an inhale. Exhale, we almost think C curves, that belly to spine action. You can see a little bit of activation here as I do that. Belly to spine, and then I'm going to roll back, thinking about my wheel shape through my spine. You should feel your tummy muscles work a little bit here. If you're using momentum, you're not going to feel that too much. So I'm going to roll it back. It's quite a small controlled movement actually. You roll back. If your head positioning is not working with you and you crane your head forward, you're not going to roll forward. You need to keep your chin tucked. So really you are the human wheel. Shoulder blades stay drawn down. Squeeze your legs together and 5. Belly in. 4. Keep looking at your tummy. 3. Your gaze is important. 2. Last time. Well done. Okay, so that does take a little bit of practice and it can be really frustrating. Think about the cues that I mentioned and just keep trying. If that went pretty well for you, then it's quite fun to try and go into the open leg rocker. So that is going to be, that's why we warmed up a little bit with our teaser earlier. Same movement through the spine, the rolling action, but instead of the knees being bent and our feet close to our bum, we're going to have our legs more in a teaser shape. Now, a little word of advice, if you're grabbing your feet, it's really difficult to find that, to get back up again from the rolling action. So what I usually do, and the first 1 or 2 can be a bit wonky, check that you're not going to hit your head on anything and hold a little bit lower down on your thigh, on your calf, sorry. Stretch your legs long, draw your belly in. Same idea here. If you roll too far back, you end up in a roll over. Let me show you. So you're gonna, if you roll too far, you end up kind of hitting your feet off the ground. So you've got to really manage your momentum. Try not to go too, don't go too big. So really small little roll back. So we're rolling essentially onto our shoulder blades here as we roll back. So if you go further than the shoulder blades, you kind of lost it. So inhale to prepare, lengthen, exhale. 4 more if you can. Each time, drawing belly in as you roll back. 3. And 2. Last time. and release. Well done. Whew, I hope that went well for you. I'd be really curious to hear how that actually did go. All right, so we're going to lie on our back and we're going to take it into an exercise called corkscrew, a rotational exercise through the lower body. Before we do that though, we're going to warm up through rotation in a seated position, coming into spine twist. So this is considered an advanced exercise because it's rotating with a little bit of a pulse. So you want your legs a little wider than your mat, so wider than hip width distance, lengthening up to the crown of your head. If you struggle to sit like this, elevate yourself up with some pillows or pads or blocks. Toes are curled back towards your shins. We want to sit down really on our sitting bones. So you feel those bones underneath your bum, lengthening up through the crown of your head, draw your chin back towards your throat. All right, now we're going to take our arms wide into like the scapular plane. So I'm not back there, I'm not in front there, just about 15 degrees forward. I'm going to squeeze my shoulder blades down. Now, I don't want my hips to do that, okay? So if you look at my feet, one glides in front of the other. I don't want that to happen. So from here down, I'm staying really strong. So I'm going to engage through my center. I'm going to lengthen up, take an inhale, and then I'm going to exhale, rotate to one side, and I'm going to pulse. Bring it back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pulse the other way. Bring it back. So you're really strongly twisting through your core, essentially. And exhale, lengthen, and try not to let your feet move. Dig your legs through the floor, and lengthen, and let's go for 6, and 4, and last 2, and release. Well done. Very nice. Can get the heart rate up that one, which is pretty pleasant. Okay, so from here, we've kind of done this on our forearms in the class number 2 when we worked on the can-can. This is more kind of like officially classical repertoire. We want to keep our shoulders, our ribs, and the back of our pelvis relatively fixed to the floor, okay? The corkscrew action is essentially going to be our legs together, going to one side, coming down, over to the other side, back to center. Then you take it the other way, the other direction. So it's going to be legs together, other side, down to the other side, back to center. Okay? So, ribs down, length through the neck, a little bit of a connection through the lower back into the floor. We're going to take our legs to tabletop position, and we're going to glue our heels together, separate our toes. So, Pilates V, or first position. And then you're going to see if you can straighten your legs up towards the sky, so straight up towards the ceiling. If that's a tricky one for you, put your hands underneath your bum as you build strength, okay? Otherwise, glue your legs together. From here, we're going to take an inhale to scoop to one side. So I'm going to inhale my legs to the right. I'm going to exhale, take them down and to the left, back to center. That's one, okay? Then the inhale to the left, take them down, to the right, back to center, okay? Inhale to the right, take it down, left, center. Inhale to the left, down, right, center. Inhale to the right, down, left, center. Inhale to the left, down, right, center. 2 to go. Inhale to the right, ribs stay down, center. Last time, inhale to the left, down, right, center, and release. Whew. Okay, it's quite an advanced one. So if you were thinking, hell no, throughout all of that, then you could make your movements a whole lot smaller. So a little bit of a recovery, but also something that might be a bit more accessible. Hands relax alongside your body, same position through the lower back. So I'm going to gently press my lower back into the floor. I'm going to take my legs up to the sky. Again, you can always put your hands underneath your bum for this. Glue your heels together, toes apart. Now, instead of making such a big momentous movement, I'm going to draw little circles. Okay? So little circles. Essentially drawing or tracing the outline of the back of my pelvis on the floor behind me. I still inhale, and then I exhale when my legs go low. Let's go for 8 in each direction. Squeezing in your thighs together, keeping my ribs down, keeping the back of my neck long. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you can, straight to the reversal. Here we go. Inhale, exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5. Dig deep here with me. 4. Keep the heels together, toes apart. Squeeze the heels together. 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Feet down. Whew. Okay, let's take a little recovery spine twist. So arms into this cactus shape. Let both knees float over towards your right hand side, and let's just stay there. If you want a little bit more of a twist, you can take your right ankle, hook it over your left knee, and just pull yourself a little bit deeper into that stretch. Just collecting your breath here. Nice. Slowly take it over to the other side. So maybe wiggle through your hips, take a little moment, and then both knees to your left. Breathe. And if you want a little bit more, take your left ankle, hook it over your right knee, and just use that as a little bit of leverage to pull and feel a little bit more of a stretch over the outer hip. And then slowly bring yourself back to center. Nice, well done. Alright, while we're here, we're going to slowly start to move into side leg work, starting on our, let's say, right hand side. You're welcome to do your left if you want to mirror me. Okay, so here we are on our side. First thing that I want to do is create a little bit of a banana shape with my body. So my legs are slightly in front of me, they're not back behind me, okay? I'm not in a perfect straight line. I'm going to lift my side body away from the floor. Because of my posture, we never stand leaning to one side unless you're maybe leaning on a wall. Try and lift your side body away from the floor. Your bottom arm can be underneath your head, or it can be stretched long out underneath you. That's totally up to you. My front hand is going to be on the ground in front of me just for some stability. Okay, so what I would like you to try not to do is, as your leg lifts, to let that part of your side body collapse into the ground. Okay, so that's like quite a common compensation, especially if you want to get your leg very high. Okay, so try not to worry about how high your leg goes, but think about lifting through your side body. Okay, so let's just practice this. I'm going to point through my toes. I want to think about lengthening out of my hip, almost like somebody pulled my leg down, and then I'm going to lift up and lower. Okay, you've done a whole bunch of core work up until this point, so use your core while we're here. So Pilates, classical Pilates, should be a total body experience the whole way through. My shoulder blades drawn down, I've got length through the crown of my head. I want to imagine axial extension out through the crown, out through my tail. 5, I'm slicing my bottom leg through the floor. 4, 3, keep fighting for it. 2, and 1. Now let's keep that leg lifted. You're going to need your top hand out in front of you. You're going to flex into your foot. Now, side kick. I'm going to kick my leg forward, and then I'm going to pull my leg back without letting my lower back arch as my leg goes back. So I'm going to keep my core strong. I'm going to pulse my leg back. So I'm going to kick it back, and then I'm going to kick it forward. Kick it back, point through your toe, kick it forward. Nice. So top hand is stabilizing. You're keeping your side body lifted. You're using your core, especially when your leg goes back. You want to keep that strong core connection. 5, slice your bottom leg through the floor. So bottom leg is pushing down. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. And release. Huh. Nice. Well done. There's a myriad of other stuff that you can do with side leg work. But in terms of classical repertoire, it really is that kick forward and back. Now, we can do it on our side, or we can progress to doing it in kneeling. So let's give it a go. Before we switch to the other side, come into a kneeling position. Gate pose if you do yoga. I'm going to have my right shin down, my left leg long. Okay? From here, I'm going to lift up my top leg again. I want to make sure that I'm not flexing forward or arching back. Okay? Nice and strong through the core. I'm going to lift my leg up, and I'm going to kick it forward, and I'm going to pull it back. Kick, pull. Kick, pull. Go for 8, pull. 7, pull. 6, pull. I'm getting the cupboard every time. 5, 4, 3, 2, keep that length through the spine. 1, and down. Nice. Just come into kneeling for a second, and then let's take it straight over to the other side, onto all the way onto the ground. All right, well done. Same thing here. So pick your poison in terms of your setup. Elbow bent or arm long, whatever you prefer. Core nice and strong. A little bit of a banana shape through the legs. Squeeze your shoulder blades down. Lifting your side body or your house for your church mouse. Okay, so we're going to first lift, lengthen. So really lengthen through the hip. You can see that it actually improves my posture even a little bit more, that length. From here, I'm going to bring my leg forward, flex, kick back, engage. The core stays engaged the whole time. I'll try to keep my front on here so you can see. So I'm going to kick and pull. Kick and pull. Kick, pull. Kick, pull. Go for 6. Core. 5. Remember your core as that leg goes back. 4, 3, 2, 1, and land. Nice. Very well done. Okay, so just to stay even, on the other side, we did do a few little lifts and lowers. So let's just do that on this side as well. Point through the toes, lift through the side body, and we take our leg up and down. 7, good. 6, and 5, and 4, and 3. Try and find your core here as well. 2, last time, and release. Nice. Okay, let's see how we get on in the kneeling variation. So we're going to come up into kneeling, one arm on the ground. All right. So here already we're kind of forced to lift our waist away from the floor, which is quite nice. Squeeze your shoulder blades down. Think about length through the crown of your head, engage through your bum. Squeeze your bum, and you're going to lift up our right leg, flex to the foot. Okay, so we kick it forward and kick it back. Point, flex, kick, point, flex, kick, point, flex, kick, point, flex, kick, point, flex, kick. Going for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. Well done. Whew. Great work. Alright, so final exercise that I'd like to go through with you today is called a side bend. And we're starting to play with the idea of almost like a side plank. So let's come to the original side that we were leaning on. So we're going to be, if you're mirroring me, you probably have your left hand down. If you're doing the same as me, right hand down on the mat. My hand that's on the floor is going to be slightly in front of my shoulder. I'm going to bring my feet into this position. So if my right hand is the one that's over there, my right foot is the one that's hooked behind the front foot. So if my right hand is the one that's out there, my right foot's going to be the one that's behind. Therefore, left foot in front, left hook in front of right. Okay. Starting position, left hand on top of left knee. I want to squeeze my shoulder blades down, draw my belly in. Okay. Now I want to use my feet. That's really important. So I want to feel this feeling of shoulder blade draws down, length through the crown of my head, and I start to push through my legs to lift up. And I'm going to straighten out my legs and reach. What you're going to probably feel as you come up is that this hand position you might need to adjust. So the first one is a little bit diagnostic. You're usually going to have to move it slightly further forward, okay? Because by the time you get into the side bend shape, you want your bottom shoulder directly above your wrist. You're squeezing your inner thighs together and your core is nice and engaged. So you're really imagining yourself like the human rainbow now. Or you're going up and over a mountain. Slowly coming back down to starting position. Inhale to lengthen through the crown of your head. Squeeze your shoulder blades down. Exhale, push through the feet. As soon as your inner thighs connect, squeeze them to each other. Inhale to slowly lower. Let's try for 4 more of them. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, slowly come up. Reach, squeeze inner thighs. Inhale, slowly lower. Exhale, come up. Shoulder blade down. And inhale. 2, shoulder blade down. Last time, and bring it home. Nice. Okay, it's a lot on the wrist and it's a lot on the shoulder. So in the beginning, you build up that tolerance until you can increase your repetitions. But if you feel like that's a limiting factor in the beginning, just know that that is how it usually feels, and it just takes a little bit of time and practice. Okay, other side. So reach your left hand long. My right ankle is going to hook in front of my left. Remember, the first one is always a bit funky. If you get up there and you feel like your shoulder's in a weird place, come down, adjust your hand, and then start again. Okay? Alright, I'm going to reach my right arm long. I want to squeeze my left shoulder blade into my system. Okay, so that it's going to be, I'm going to be a lot stronger. I'm going to take an inhale. I'm going to exhale, push through my feet, pushing through the floor to come up, reaching up and over. And then I'm going to inhale myself back down. Again, if you need to adjust your hand, adjust it. Try for 4 more. Exhale, come up. Squeeze inner thighs. Inhale to lower. 3. Inhale to low. Exhale 2. Squeeze in your thighs. And last time, exhale, coming up. And inhale, take it back down. Well done. Find yourself in a seated position. And let's just cross our left arm over our body. A little gentle tricep stretch. Breathe into the back of your shoulder. Maybe wiggle your fingers. And then switch it to the other side. Wiggling the fingers, just moving through your wrist. Breathe into the back of your shoulder. For 3, 2, 1. And my dear people, I think that is us complete. Thank you so much for joining today. I really, really appreciate it. And hope to see you on the mat soon. Bye.